Hi guys, my name is Lavena and my field of study is human physiology pre-med, and that's why I thought it'd be really cool to talk about the heart. For the most part, everyone has a heart, and it's kind of it's really necessary to function, obviously, and so I thought we can dive in and talk a little bit about the anatomy and the physiology of the heart. So kind of how the blood flow works and how it flows throughout the heart. So to start off, there's 4 regions in the heart. So there's a right, left atrium, and then right and left ventricle. I also have a visual, so it can be a lot easier. This is a lot less complex than how it looks, but for the most part, this is how it looks. So there's also valves, which I will show you. It's kind of the white stuff. And those valves kind of prevent backflow so that the blood can only flow in one direction, obviously instead of going the other wrong direction, because then that will create a bunch of problems. So to start off, we have the blood that will come from the veins, and it's blue because it is deoxygenated. So that's the whole point and purpose of it going through the blood and then through the veins, so that it can receive oxygen from the air that we breathe, and then it can go back in the heart and then be distributed throughout the body. So there are 3 kind of components to the heart. We talked about the regions, but as for the whole cardiovascular system, there's the heart, blood, and blood vessels. Heart, which kind of generates the mechanical force that pushes the blood. Blood, which obviously has the substances that our body needs and is spread to our cells and tissues. And then the blood vessels, which carry the blood itself. And that can be the artery or veins. So for the first blood vessel, it's the vein. Like I mentioned previously, it'll enter through the vena cava and then through the right atrium. And then it'll go through the ventricle. And the valve that's here is called the right atrioventricular valve. It'll go through the right ventricle, and then it'll go up to the pulmonary artery, which the valve that's here is called the pulmonary semilunar valve. Then it'll go through the lungs. So after the pulmonary artery, it'll go through the lungs, get oxygen, come back through the left atrium, and then left atrioventricular valve to the left ventricle, and then it will enter the aortic semilunar valve, and then it will go to the aorta and then be distributed to the rest of the body through the arteries. So then basically a little fun fact is that when our heart beats, that's what you hear of when the valves close. So like I said, I also thought it was cool that you can see your veins and they're blue because they're deoxygenated, and that's why obviously they're blue. And then the carotid artery, which you can kind of feel your pulse, they have more pressure and oxygenated, so that's kind of why you feel your pulse through a carotid artery and not through a vein. Hope you guys learned something today.